Golf Central on YouTube, brought to you by the Rogue ST Woods and Irons from Callaway.
Well, hi again, everyone. I'm Jimmy Roberts, and this is your Golf Central update. PGA Tour heads to the Quad Cities in western Illinois for the John Deere Classic. Former winner Zach Johnson is in the field. And earlier this year, the PGA of America announced that Johnson would be the next captain of the United States Ryder Cup team. The 2023 Ryder Cup will be held in Rome, Italy. Zach caught up with our Kira K. Dixon.
Zach Johnson teeing it up at the John Deere Classic for the 20th time. The only thing that could keep you away from the John Deere Classic is a pandemic. So clearly this event has meant so much to you. What are the feelings as you come back once again?
Oh, it's always awesome. I mean, I love being on the site, at TPC here, Deere Run. I love, as I said in the presser, I feel like I wear a number of different hats this week. Obviously I'm a local. So there's one, but I represent this company, the green and yellow of John Deere, and I also wear a hat of as a board member of the tournament. So this week is special. It's just, somebody asked me, of all the distractions you have and everything I don't have that. There's nothing here that distracts me. I just welcome it. I love it. I just love seeing friendly faces, family certainly, and friends, and it's and I like the golf course. I like the tournament. It's been good to me, and the assumption is I've won here like 4 or 5 times, and I've won once. So I'd like to change that, but that's going to be easier said than done. So I'm encouraged and excited about the week.
Well, you've been close many times.
Well, fair.
One of those friendly faces is Claire Peterson, who is retiring after 20 years. You guys have kind of come up together through this event. He gave you some wonderful opportunities early in your career. Looking back, just how much of an impact has he made on your life?
Well, quite a bit. I mean, he did. I was able to get a sponsor exemption when I didn't have status on the PGA Tour. Being somewhat local, that was I had some successes in the mini tours, if you will, but didn't have to do that. And whomever decided, they allowed me that opportunity. I didn't play very well, but it was experience. I mean, and you can't really measure that. It's hard to quantify that. So I owe a lot in that regard as a young pro. But then also, the relationship we have here, Claire and I, is one of it's friendship, first and foremost. But then we also want to help and serve this community because this community has given us so much. He lives here, obviously, and it's on his heart to represent, again, John Deere, the tournament, and the community. And we see it when he comes out on the West Coast to the East Coast. He loves wearing that logo and is proud of it. He's passionate about it, and he's fearless in trying to make this event better and bigger. So I love him for that. And then along the same vein, they actually helped me and my foundation out quite a bit, and that's special. I mean, that's the beauty of the game of golf, is the platform we have, the PGA Tour, and how they've constructed their events and how they've constructed, I would say, the entertainment side of golf, but also just a unique platform to give and serve and be a good steward of what we've been given. It's pretty special.
Something that sweetens the pot here a bit are the 3 spots that are up for grabs at the Open. Yeah. And that's not something that you need to worry about, but there are plenty of folks in the field that would love those spots. So how much does that play into a competitor's mindset when there's that on the back end to worry about in addition to playing good golf?
Sure. I mean, I guess I really don't know specifically, but I will say, I've had instances on tour where, man, if I can crack this, I can maybe qualify for that, or maybe your world ranking goes up or your FedEx Cup number goes up or whatever it may be, right? I mean, you got these other thoughts, some of which you're in control of, but a lot of which you're not. You can only do so much, on the leaderboard. I mean, you can control your golf ball to some degree, and that's it. So my advice would be just worry about where your feet are right now. Let everything else kind of take care of itself. Yes, there's 3 spots. Typically, or available this week for the Open, but you know what? The more you concentrate on that, this tournament and the importance of this week will be trumped, and you don't want that. You want to stay right where you are and work, and I think the more you can focus on that, the better that other outcome can be.
Well, thanks for the time and enjoy the week.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it.
Meanwhile, over in Europe, it's the Horizon Irish Open on the heels of a huge announcement strengthening the alliance between the PGA Tour and the DP World Tour. Our Rex Hoggard is on the ground in Kilkenny, Ireland with more, and he spoke with Tim Barter of Sky Sports.
Thank you very much. Joined by Tim Barter with Sky Sports. Tim, big announcement yesterday that the enhanced relationship between the PGA Tour and the DP World Tour is going to be a little bit deeper now. Why was this an important play for both tours?
It was certainly a big play for the players on this tour. Talking to them on the range this morning, there was genuine nervousness about the fact that the economic climate we're currently facing and what's happening in the world of golf right now. They were uncertain as to where the DP World was headed in the next couple of years. And some saying, I was genuinely concerned, am I going to have an opportunity to earn a living playing golf in Europe, because it was looking sketchy. They're now totally relieved, and they're smiling from ear to ear, because they're saying, well, now we've got security. We've got this agreement between the tours that prize funds are going to grow over here, guaranteed for the next 5 years. They're already pretty reasonable levels, and they're going to get bigger. So that has pleased them tremendously. There's security. There's a feeling that they've got stability now in their lives, and if they play well enough, there's an opportunity for them to earn a living playing golf in Europe. The other thing that's really excited them is this pathway they've been given potentially to join the PGA Tour. The top 10 players of the DP Tour World Rankings at the end of the season will be given the opportunity, if they're not exempt to play on the PGA Tour already, to go and play on the PGA Tour. And they see that as an incredible opportunity to go and play against the best players in the world. Prize funds that are continually growing, obviously lots of money to be made. World ranking points over there, obviously loaded towards the PGA Tour, quite rightfully so. You've got the best players in the world. They've got the opportunity to get those world ranking points, get in the top 50, play majors, potentially win a major. It's life-changing stuff. So there's an awful lot of relief out there on the range this morning.
You've spoken with players. Are there any concerns about this new relationship?
I think one or two players had concerns about, are we now just a feeder tour for the PGA Tour? Obviously, if 10 players each year, our best 10 players who aren't exempt for the PGA Tour are going to go away and play over there, are we just a feeder tour? Keith Pelley, I just spoke to recently, and he's absolutely adamant that we're a lot more than the feeder tour. And you can see his point of view. He says, a feeder tour essentially is just a tour that allows a player to make the next step up to the next tour. The European Tour, or the DP World Tour as it now is so much more than that. With all of its history, its fantastic championships that we have, there's 80,000 people going to be here over the weekend watching this Irish Open. We're a lot more than a feeder tour. It's just one aspect of the business that gives these players a pathway, but there's so much more to our tour than that. So certainly we're not a feeder tour.
You mentioned the popularity of this event. You've been here numerous times. Why is this event held in such high regard?
I think it's history. I think it's always played on wonderful Irish golf courses. The crowds here are like no other in the world. Their passion for the game, their knowledge of the game is just extraordinary. They create an atmosphere which is unbelievable. Every Irish Open you go to, it's beyond explanation, really. You have to come to witness it, how enthusiastic they are about the event. And I say the courses, the great champions we've had down the year, it's a who's who of the European Tour, DP World Tour as it now is. Obviously Faldo, Langer, all these guys, Woosnam, Seve, they've all won the Irish Open. These guys want to add their name to that trophy. So this is a tournament they really target.
You do this week in and week out, but this is a very important 3-week stretch. You have the Irish Open, Scottish Open, followed by the Open Championship. What can people learn about European golf over the next 3 weeks?
How good it is. There's lots of quality here. Obviously, we're going to see a field next week, which is split between the PGA Tour and the DP World Tour. That's going to give us an opportunity to see both of those camps, if you like, on the same golf course, plying it out to see who can be the champion. But these three championships have so much history over here that these players, again, look at this part of the year, and that's the part of the year I want to target my game and get my game in great shape for, because to win one of those championships or even do well and get yourself up the race to Dubai into a position where potentially, you can go on to greater things, this is the part of the season they really look forward to and they try and hone their games and get ready for, and it's a very special time of the year here.